Because I like her. Miji was my first love. HoSu's revelation takes Miji by surprise. This is a whole tangle of misunderstandings. Although she hears what she would have given a leg to hear in the past, Miji can't even ask HoSu questions, for fear of revealing her identity. Our Unwritten Soul might be slow in its delivery, but it's undeniably fascinating and entertaining, as it delves into relatable life experiences. The viewers are currently seeing things from Miji's point of view. Mirai might seem aloof, but just as HoSu's mother said, she goes to great lengths to mask her kind heart, and would give anything for her family. Meanwhile, HoSu strives to create distance between himself and Miji, after his confession at the end of the last episode. This puts Miji on edge as she feels locked out by HoSu. What's more, it's surprising that their mother can't tell them apart. You would think that after living with Miji, known as You Candy, for many years, she'd realize something is off about her sudden aloofness after her visit to Seoul. It also seems that HoSu's mother can distinguish them. She might have already picked up that Miji is Mirai. Miji never grasps her metaphors, but Mirai easily understands her, which might confirm her suspicion. The relationship between the two women is amusing. They are literally frenemies. They care for each other but also seem to rub each other the wrong way. It's clear they'll end up as in-laws in the end, as HoSu's mother adores the twins. Meanwhile, the recently concluded episode exposed Miji's trauma. Miji lost focus and got injured after seeing HoSu with her sister Mirai. A day before the competition, she had told HoSu that she had something to tell him. She must have planned to confess her feelings to him after the competition. However, things didn't go as planned. It didn't help that there were rumors at school about HoSu and Mirai dating, which made Miji agitated. So, seeing Mirai in HoSu's arms felt like confirmation of the rumor. HoSu tried to explain, but Miji, hurt, wouldn't let him. Maybe Miji misinterpreted things. Mirai is known to be sick and might have had an episode that led her to fall into HoSu's arms for support. Determined to go to college with both HoSu and Mirai, Miji made an irrevocable decision that ultimately cost her her ticket to college. Already struggling with the consequences of her choice, hearing her peers gossip about her pushes Miji over the edge. She locks herself away at home for 3 years. I feel conflicted about this. How could her mother and grandmother let her spend 3 years of her life locked up? They should have done everything in their power to get her help. When they realized after a few months that she wasn't making any progress, they should have taken the bull by the horns, instead of letting her languish. This is not to blame them, as they did what they thought was best for her. But then, Mirai had to step up and take Miji's place. She graduated from high school for both herself and Miji. This means Miji didn't graduate from high school. She lived both her life and her sister's life. Miji might think that her sister had it easy, because she's brilliant and was doted on by their parents due to her illness. However, the reverse might have been Mirai's reality. She might have felt guilty for being sick, and therefore, she pushed herself to excel. She might have also felt pressured to be more than she is because of her brilliance. This might have forced her to suppress parts of herself. Now that they are living each other's lives, they can finally see what it means to be the other. It was funny when Mirai called Miji out for prioritizing work over their grandmother. Miji had always thought that Mirai simply didn't want to make the effort to be with their grandmother. Now that she's in Mirai's shoes, she can finally see how difficult it's been for her. Meanwhile, after the incident with her grandmother, Miji developed a phobia of locked doors. She blamed herself for her grandmother's condition. Her guilt must have been eating her alive. HoSu standing up for her and stating the facts, finally made her realize just how hard she is on herself. What's more, while the students were spreading rumors about HoSu and Mirai dating in high school, HoSu had become close to Mirai because of Miji. He had confided his feelings for her sister, and might have even planned an event for Miji on the day of the competition. However, poor HoSu is currently confused. He can't help but feel jealous when someone else shows interest in Miji, whom he believes is Mirai. Still, he can't get over his feelings for Miji, whom he thinks is back home. Because of this, he tries to distance himself from Miji. Meanwhile, the bullies aren't letting up. Miji is tasked with preparing the project report at work. How everyone just keeps quiet, indirectly being a party to the bullying, is beyond me. HoSu is currently unemployed. As it stands, it seems like he'll end up being a public attorney, standing up for the oppressed. Rosa is his first client, but he'll soon move on to Mirai's case. Once Miji discovers the details of her sister's situation, she's bound to work with HoSu to get justice for her sister. What's more, a colleague is starting to show concern for Miji. Miji now sees him as an ally and goes to him for help. But then, I wouldn't bet on him. Meanwhile, Mirai and Yejin are gradually getting to know each other. Mirai gives him a jar of strawberry jam, inciting jealousy in Jianggu, who still thinks he has a chance with Miji. Rumors spread around town that Mirai is dating the farm owner, prompting her mother to ask her about it. However, this causes a rift between them. Meanwhile, HoSu shows up at Miji's workplace as Rosa's legal representative. Miji tries to communicate with him, but HoSu remains aloof and keeps his distance. This frustrates Miji, leading her to drink. A drunk Miji seeks out HoSu, asking him why he is treating her this way. Given her intoxicated state, Miji is likely to make a blunder by disclosing her identity. Is this drama your cup of tea? Let us know your thoughts in the comments section below. If you enjoyed this content, please give it a thumbs up, share it, subscribe, and turn on your notification bell for all things wonderfully K-drama. Thanks for watching, bye.